Okay, mate. Yeah, tell us about when you went to Australia as a kid on your own.
Cool. Too easy. Too easy. So I went to Aussie in '83, my first trip when I was 14. Get to the airport, and Gregor wasn't allowed to go, he forgot to get a visa. He goes, oh, Ralphie, we'll go later. I go, fuck off, bro, I'm going right now. We didn't know anyone there. We weren't going to someone's house or something like that. I slept in the streets of Bondi. I slept behind this quarter pipe I found at this gas station. The ramp had a mattress stapled to the back of it to keep the sound down, you know, for the locals. So I just ripped the mattress off down to the ground and slept on it, and I boarded up the back of the ramp with some bits of plywood I found around the gas station, abandoned gas station. And so I'm asleep behind this ramp, and people are going to work, walking past me in the morning and looking at me, and it was quite embarrassing. They're going like that at me, bro. The bros around the area who live close, Woody and Shane. Shane took me to his mum's house. He's like, you're not left sleeping behind that ramp, bro. No way. He goes, you can sleep at my house. He goes, but we'll have to keep it a secret. And then Gregor arrived.
It started long ago, in a land far away. Island people had something to say. Take your brain, put it here. I'll eat that and drink your beer. Part-time animal, full-time cannibal. I'm not crazy, he's insane. Lee Ralph will eat your brain in a bucket or cup. Eat it up. Skull cap salad. Eat it up.
Lee and Gregor had been in Australia for a while before heading to Melbourne. Had you heard much about them before they arrived?
The big thing was we'd heard more about Gregor than we'd heard about Lee. Gregor came off the whole Tahoe thing, he'd won the amateur thing at Tahoe, and everyone was talking about Gregor, but there was a kid with him, you know, a Maori kid, and that was interesting in itself too. If you can try and imagine the person that you know that's so into skateboarding, and then multiply that by 10, you've got him. First you smell him, then you hear him, the last thing is you see him. Everything was about skateboarding. Wherever you went, it was about skateboarding. You would take this guy out in your car and he'd be sitting there, he'd put his helmet on like half an hour before you got to the skate spot so that when he got out of the car, he was ready to go.
And that's where I saw him improving, because he'd come back every time. I don't know how long he'd spend over there, maybe like six to 8 months at a time or whatever, and you wouldn't see him. All of a sudden he'd come back and, fuck, dude is off his head. He's just learnt a million tricks and he's just killing it, you know.
Everyone else in the dark ages, their level of progression was either staying the same or just getting a little bit better or whatever. But at the end of the day, Lee's progression level was just like in steps that were much higher than everyone else's.
I knew there were guys in America who were better than me in that, but they're not here, are they? It's not real until you face the best. So he went down to Melbourne to seek out this man, Johnny McGrath. Let's put him to the floor. But when we got there, the Hill Brothers were there. So I heard a lot of weird things about these guys before I ever met them. A lot of haters on them. Actually nearly buying into it, bro, you know? Then I actually meet these guys. Peter and Stephen Hill, eh? Real normal dudes. Very normal. I was like, wow. Some guys who are fucking realistic. In the skateboarding in New Zealand, everyone here was pretty much straight edge. Over there, you got dudes are fucking like off their fucking faces. It's been really wasted up cunts, you know. And I was quite new to that in the skateboard scene. I'd seen it in real life, men and that, but not amongst my peers. Guys are like twitching. I'm totally serious. You know, just like, hey, bro, fuck the hell are you? Fucking me, you didn't know. And I was just like, what a fucking skizzy cunts.
Yeah. Lil Larry chilling with Gremlin 1114 and Ryan Allen in the building, you know what I'm saying? What he say?
I am him.
Yeah.
Ron Allen is he over there.
This is skateboard music. Anywhere in the world you can skateboard to it. Yeah. This is skateboard music. Anywhere in the world you can skateboard to it. Yeah.
They started explaining to us like, yeah, we're actually businessmen. We're like, oh, what? They're like, but you know, now we're like trying to sell skateboards and that. This is our deal. I'd never met anyone doing that, you know, who talked to me anyway.
But Ryan Allen ain't gave me my board yet. Gotta get it. It's cool, I'm about to.
And Pete goes, where are you guys living? You know, we go, oh, we're living at a squat down the road. And he goes, you giving me $50? I couldn't believe it, bro. When they left, I went down to go check this out, Greg. I go, $50, bro. Greggy just goes, because we had nothing to eat, you know, we were pretty much, it was pretty hectic.
They were staying in some questionable accommodation, a squat. You guys gave Lee $50, which he remembers fondly.
Yeah, well, they were staying in this smack-riddled dive, and they were the only people there that weren't on drugs, you know. And we weren't as well off then as we are today, but what we had, we'd share a bit with them.
Lee's the sort of guy everyone wants to help, everyone likes Lee. He's just got that charisma about him, and in a way, it's almost a selfish thing with Lee because he's such a positive personality that just being around him, you know, you get something out of it. You know, makes you want to skate better, makes you want to be happy. And when Lee skated, I mean, you're talking 10 hours a day. You know, he could burn anyone out. The best pros were like, you know, doing 4 or 5 hours. And Lee's like, let's skate, you know. Couldn't stop him.
We went days without food, bro. Gregor would let me, when we used to go up to this church to get free food, when we were living in a squat in Melbourne, they only allowed you to have 1 pie each. Well, Gregor would, he would say, Robbie, take 2. Take 2. Oh, what? Take 2 pies? No, wait, 2 gnarly, just do it. You know, take it over the table and eat it. And then he would give me half his pie. Because I'm skating all day that day. And he's just coaching. You got a determination, you've got to have drive, and you've got to have a dream that you're aiming at. You know, all these things I had, and all these things I noticed straight away these other guys didn't have. All I care about is blasting and kicking ass at skating. You know, I sleep in the street, wake up in the morning, do it again. Too easy.
From the moment he dropped in, you just saw just the power and the balance, and you know, he just would learn stuff, and when he would learn it, he would just learn it perfect. There was no sketchiness. He wouldn't move on to a trick until he got that other trick as good as anyone.
You loved having him in town because if you had him in your city, you were learning from them and progressing. And the level of our skating to his, we were regressed compared to the way he skated. But then what happened was Gary Valentine came through, Jason Ellis came through, and you could see it in their skateboarding, what effect Lee had had at that time.
Skate music, y'all. Music. They see me in the B. I'm in the B, baby. I be on my board, it say H Street. I live on the Avenue, Hearst. That's where I be. Get a phone call from 2Ls or Ron Allen. What do it be? Me in the morning on the board. Riding down the cement, smoking while you snore. I be strutting on my paradise wheels. It don't even matter if you think I got no skills. I'm a manual across the concrete. You can see me on the beat.
Do it, bro, you got it. Oh, so close.
I feel sorry for the modern skater. Every fellow who skates now, when they start, they want to be in a magazine, and that's cool, because that's the way it is, but that wasn't what it was based on, and that will never be brought back either, because it's finished, that shit's over. Nowadays, you can say to your parents, I'm going to be a skater, I'm going to make money and all these things. We didn't have that. And that feeling, all skaters know this feeling, was just, it will never leave my mind, you know. How cool this shit is.
Lindsay Knight. I mean, come on, let's have it straight, man to man. What sort of fucking name's that? Lindsay.